In Nairobi, where the skyline glitters like a promise and gossip travels faster than the Safaricom network, the story of Adira and Zain was entering its next chapter. A chapter where love, lies, and loyalty would dance like they had no bricks. As the elders say, when fate decides to cook you, even cold water becomes fire.
Before we begin, besties, please don't forget to like and subscribe. This is the only way for you to support us, and we promise to bring you interesting and hooking stories every single day.
Nairobi doesn't sleep. It just blinks slowly. Night after night, Adira stood on her tiny balcony, baby Zaria snoring softly on her chest, watching the city lights twinkle like nosy neighbors. Ever since she stepped into Zain's world, peace had become like electricity in the rainy season, available only when it wanted. Adira whispered to her baby, "My love, I don't know where fate is dragging us, but we move." Down in the Karanja Towers, Zain and the board were locking horns. Board members lounged in custom suits, but behaved like hungry vultures circling a wounded animal. "Zain, your emotions are interfering with your judgment," one elder snapped. In his mind, Zain thought, "If I hear one more speech from these dinosaurs, Jehovah help me." But he stayed calm, because calm is how lions hunt. As the elders say, the hyena laughs until the lion wakes. And slowly, Zain was waking.
The boardroom war was getting hotter than Kikope grilled meat. Zain stood at the head of the long polished table, hands in his pockets, face carved with quiet authority. The board members didn't even pretend to hide their annoyance. One muttered, "This woman from Eastlands is ruining everything." Another whispered, "We told Zain, these girls with pretty eyes and heavy stories." Zain had every word. But instead of snapping, he leaned forward and said calmly, "If you think I can be controlled through threats, then you don't understand the kind of man I am." Silence. You could hear even the AC thinking. The board chair adjusted his glasses. "Zain, be wise. Distance yourself from her, or this empire will burn." Zain did not blink. "Then let it burn. I'll build another one." Board members nearly swallowed their tongues.
At the community center, David's transformation shocked even himself. The young man who once ran around streets causing stress was now giving motivational talks like he was born with a microphone. He stood before the teenagers. "Listen, my people. I used to be a small disaster. You hear me? Mini chaos. But life humbled me. Now I want to help you avoid that slap." The kids laughed. Zain, who arrived quietly, leaned on the doorframe and watched. For the first time, he saw not Adira's troubled brother, but a leader in the making. After the session, David wiped sweat from his forehead. Zain approached him. "You have potential," he said. David blinked. "Me? Potential? Are you sure you're talking to the right person, boss?" Zain chuckled. "You underestimate yourself." For a moment, both saw each other clearly. Two men trying their best in a world that offered no manual.
Kian Mwangi lived in a tiny apartment lit only by the glow of his computer screens. He typed like he was born typing, fingers dancing faster than gossip spreads in a WhatsApp group. Liz Mwangi, his aunt, called him sharply. "Kian, I need that on that girl." Kian stared at her photo on his screen, Adira smiling with her baby. Something twisted in his chest. He whispered, "Auntie, this is not right." Liz hissed, "Right and wrong don't matter when power is involved. Do your job." The call ended. Kian sighed and typed, "Forgive me, stranger." But guilt followed him like a stubborn boda rider.
Mama Lydia Karanja never liked showing weakness. If strength were a dress, she would wear it every day. But that afternoon, when Adira placed baby Zaria in her arms, something melted. Zaria grabbed Mama Lydia's bracelet with a tiny fist.
Mama Lydia gasped, then laughed softly. A rare, precious sound. She whispered, Mtoto, you're stubborn like your guideline. Adira watched cautiously from the doorway. Mama Lydia looked up with glistening eyes. Eyes she quickly hid. Thank you for bringing her. It wasn't an apology, but it wasn't hostility either. As the elders say, even the toughest skin softens in the sun. The scandal hit Nairobi like a power blackout, sudden, irritating, and affecting everyone. Breaking news. Adira Mwendwa linked to foundation fraud. Adira stared at the screen in disbelief. Rita's jaw dropped. Who did this? Why? This is nonsense of the highest order. The internet erupted. People who didn't know Adira suddenly became experts on her life. Adira whispered, Zaria, what world have I brought you into? Meanwhile, Zain faced another bold ambush. Resign, they barked. Zain's eyes burnt. I'm not going anywhere. War had officially begun. Adira's life snapped like thin wire. In the supermarket, women pointed. That's her, the thief. In a matatu, a teenager snapped a photo. Delete that, Adira snapped. The girl smirked. Aye, madam, relax. Fame is fame. Meanwhile, at the foundation, a parent confronted David. We don't want our kids near your family. David inhaled deeply. Then teach them better than what you're showing them now. He walked away with dignity, but his heart ached. 2 siblings, 2 battles, 1 storm. Kian attended a charity event disguised as a cameraman. He watched Adira lift a child, smile warmly, wipe tears, and encourage others. The guilt stabbed him. When she caught him staring, he quickly said, photos for the event. She nodded, unaware of the storm he carried inside. Later, Kian sat in his dark room whispering, how do I betray someone who's done nothing wrong? But fate wasn't asking. Liz was. Under pressure, Kian finally broke. He created fake financial documents, perfect forgery, perfect distraction. He clicked upload, and just like that, Adira's life fell apart. Reporters surrounded her house like vultures. Madam, did you steal the money? Rita fought them with words stronger than stones. Inside the house, Adira sat trembling, holding Zaria close. She whispered, why me? Why again? Meanwhile, in Zain's office, the board threw papers at him like weapons. He didn't flinch. His jaw tightened. Adira didn't do this, he said. But belief and evidence are 2 different animals. Adira finally snapped. How long will I cry? How long will I hide? She shouted. Rita held her face. Then fight. Fight like Nairobi women fight for the last seat in a matatu. Adira stormed into Zain's office. You promised to protect us, she yelled. Zain froze. Seeing her broken, seeing her angry, something inside him cracked. Adira, he whispered, I will fix this. Then fix it fast, she snapped and walked out. Zain watched her leave, this time not as a lover, but as a man preparing for war. Zain's IT team dug deep until they found it. 1 login, 1 access point, Kian Mwangi. Zain's eyes darkened. Prepare the car, he ordered. Meanwhile, Adira recorded a video. My name is Adira Mwendwa, and I will not drown in lies. She posted it. Within minutes, the internet started shifting. Some hearts softened, some eyes opened. Liz Mwangi watched quietly, sipping wine, whispering, "The game has just begun." And so, part 2 ended not with collapse, but with two fighters rising. Thank you for watching this story. Kindly share your thoughts about this story with me in the comments section. Give this story a thumbs up and share this story with your loved ones. Subscribe to this channel if you have not done so by now. Until I bring another story your way, bye-bye.